Welcome to Trinidad and Tobago to our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited and the Ministry of Communications. I'm Joseph Lopez. Let's take a look at the headlines. Condolences extended to the Robinson family from local, regional and foreign leaders as the Trinidad leg of the ecumenical service ends. Tobago set to receive the body of the late A.N.R. Robinson by military airlift for Saturday's funeral at the Scarborough Methodist Church, his final resting place. And the closed-circuit television sector to get a boost as U.S. private security company collaborates with local authorities. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Condolences were offered to the Robinson family as the nation gathered at the National Academy for the Performing Arts for the State Ecumenical Service in honor of the former President and Prime Minister Arthur Napoleon Raymond Robinson. Now, tributes came from both local and foreign leaders who took the time to remember his life and dedication he held for his nation, Trinidad and Tobago.
Tribute and final farewell. The funeral service for the late A.N.R. Robinson, former President and Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. His final procession through the capital city of Port of Spain commenced at the Clark and Batu Funeral Home located on Tragarit Road, saw the streets filled with military men garbed in white playing their somber note as they marched their way to the National Academy for Performing Arts, NAPA, where a state ecumenical service was held in his honor. As a gun carriage bearing his casket made its way through the city, students lined the sidewalks along with onlookers, paying homage to a man who was once willing to give his life in exchange for his nation's freedom. Dignitaries from across the Caribbean, the cabinet members and clergymen belonging to the various faiths would arrive to pay tribute to a man described as a student of philosophy and a true son of the soil. Filling the auditorium of the National Academy for Performing Arts were many who came to share their memories of the man fondly called as Robbie, and who undoubtedly left a mark on the hearts and minds of many. First on the list to pay tribute to his life was none other than his Caribbean compatriot, Sir Sridhar Ramphal, who alongside Mr. Robinson saw the development of the Caribbean Court of Justice.
I speak of him as a West Indian, a Caribbean man, a man of vision who sought to inspire his generation to the cause of regional unity.
Following Sir Sridhar's words were tributes from the President of the International Criminal Court, Judge Sang Hyun Sung, who gave insight into the excellent reputation Mr. Robinson held with world-class leaders.
As the international justice community stands with the people of Trinidad and Tobago in mourning the passing of a great statesman, we take solace in the fact that his immense legacy is flourishing in the form of a new system of international criminal justice that most likely would not exist today had it not been for President Robinson's vision, initiative, and persistence.
The mood of the auditorium was one not of sadness, but more celebratory and reflective, honoring a man whose actions became a nation's history. Prime Minister Kamla Persad Bissessar described these defining moments as learning lessons for us all.
Mr. Robinson taught us in spectacular fashion that there will be times when the best choice could mean that we must lose as individuals for the benefit of others. He showed us that the courage to do the right thing can at times mean that we must sacrifice ourselves for others. Another valuable lesson from his life was that strength of character will always form the basis of humility in victory and dignity in defeat.
However, His Excellency President Anthony Carmona, in paying tribute to him, echoed similar sentiments of sharing in his beliefs and ideologies as a nation if we are to progress.
His belief that morality in public affairs is an essential component of good governance. Correspondingly, we must also work towards greater harmony and equity in the relationship between the two main islands which form our archipelagic and unitary state, which is Trinidad and Tobago. In the same way that he was renowned for the quality of his contribution to parliamentary debates, we must, as a matter of course, elevate the level of debate in all of our assemblies, whether at the national or local levels, so that we could sometimes rise above the partisanship and small-mindedness in the conduct of affairs for the benefit of the people.
Following today's ecumenical service, the body of the late A.N.R. Robinson will be flown to Tobago, where he will lie in state at the Tobago House of Assembly, from which the final rites will be performed on Saturday, when he will be laid to rest at the Scarborough Methodist Cemetery. Kimberly Calawan, News 4.
Thank you, Kimberly. We'll take a short break. When we return, stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Major traffic restrictions for Tobago for the funeral of the late President and Prime Minister Arthur Napoleon Raymond Robinson. Now, following Thursday's state ecumenical service at the National Academy for the Performing Arts, NAPA, in honor of Mr. Robinson, his body will be taken to the Tobago by the military airlift, where on May 3rd he will be buried.
Thursday was the last day the body of late President and Prime Minister Arthur Napoleon Raymond Robinson was in Trinidad. Following the state service in honor of the late President and Prime Minister at the National Academy for the Performing Arts, NAPA, Mr. Robinson's body was airlifted to Tobago for public viewing at the Tobago House of Assembly on Friday and then final rites on Saturday. Mr. Robinson passed away on April 9, 2014 at the age of 87. On the Sister Isle, from the 1st to the 3rd of May 2014, the police advised of traffic restrictions, appealing to drivers to comply with the directions given by police officers who will be on duty for this occasion. On Thursday, the 1st of May 2014, the body of Mr. Robinson arrived at the A.N.R. Robinson International Airport and was escorted to Union Funeral Home at Government House Road, Scarborough. On Friday, the 2nd of May 2014, Mr. Robinson's body will be escorted from Union Funeral Home, Government House Road at 5 a.m. to the Tobago House of Assembly chamber. For this, roads to be temporarily closed from 3 a.m. at Jerningham Street, Ross Street, Pigott Street and Backlet Connector Road around the THA chamber. At 6 p.m., the body leaves the THA chamber to return to Union Funeral Home. On Saturday, the 3rd of May 2014, at 8:30 a.m., Mr. Robinson's body will be escorted from Union Funeral Home to the Dwight York Stadium, where the general public will be facilitated on the eastern side of the stadium, training field and open area on the northern side of stadium to Friend Field Road. At 11 a.m., there will be a private service at the Scarborough Methodist Church, corner of Main and 4th Street, Scarborough. For this, roads to be temporarily closed are 4th Street, Bagatelle Extension in the vicinity of Belgrove's Funeral Home, Robinson Street and Young Street. Parking will be facilitated on one side of the road from Main Street in the vicinity of the Old Methodist School proceeding east. Additionally, the car park at Old Market will be closed to facilitate parking for the duration of the funeral service. A.N.R. Robinson was the 3rd President of Trinidad and Tobago, serving from the 19th of March 1997 to the 17th of March 2003. He was also Trinidad and Tobago's 3rd Prime Minister, serving in that capacity from the 18th of December 1986 to the 17th of December 1991, and the only person to serve as both President and Prime Minister. He is internationally recognized for his proposal that eventually led to the founding of the International Criminal Court. Felicia Wilson Moore, News 4.
Business and local authorities have been given an expert insight into the latest changes in technology legislation and also had the opportunity to explore recent developments in the closed-circuit television sector. This has been done through a CCTV seminar and exhibition held at the Marriott Hotel, organized by Eclipse CCTV Outlet, a U.S. private security company in collaboration with Advanced Solutions Technical Institute.
The CCTV seminar, organized by Eclipse CCTV Outlet, a U.S. private security company in collaboration with Advanced Solutions Technical Institute, saw participants being enlightened to the current landscape for CCTV, as well as being provided with practical advice on operational requirements for end users and installers in the Caribbean. The seminar was open to everyone with a professional interest in the CCTV sector, including installers, specifiers, consultants, security managers, and local authorities and police. Explaining how the two companies connected is Ansel Peters, who also noted that there is a demand for this type of training.
The foundation started off with technical training in Trinidad and Tobago. I believe that there is a great demand for it. I mean, we bring in a lot of equipment, especially in the area of security, talking about bringing in different types of technology, but in terms of sustainability in relation to training and maintenance, there's something I think that we are very, very poor in. Along these areas, our vision developed in this area to start developing programs that is geared towards the security industry. And we have been able to produce that. We are approved by the Accreditation Council of Trinidad and Tobago to produce the first ever in Trinidad and Tobago, the first 2-year program in security, engineering or integration.
Mr. Peters reiterated there is great demand for this type of training in Trinidad and Tobago. Hence, Advanced Solutions Technical Institute will be creating history in the region for developing the first ever closed-circuit TV, CCTV integrated systems diploma.
So it means that there are technicians out there who have been longing for training in the area of security, access control, biometric, face recognition, whatever it might be, we cover training in those particular areas.
Joe Pimentel, president of CCTV Outlet Corps, said the seminar was held to ensure delegates receive broad knowledge and current best practices of the new technology offered by Eclipse CCTV Outlet.
So many cameras out there now are digital, you know, they're IP, they're megapixel, but if they're not installed properly, you don't have the proper network that goes with it. I'm sure you have seen it. You capture an image at a convenience store, at a local store, at a gas station, and you zoom in and you can't tell who the person is. That's just a bad installation. That's lack of education. That's the integrator not being able to tell the end user what they need and to educate them as far as what is proper installation. So you can actually see the face, you can see the color of the car, you know what car it is, you can tell the license plate. All these things are very, very available, and they're not very expensive when you think of it, because you're thinking of security. Security shouldn't be something you put a price on.
Some of those who took part in the seminar included local security companies and arms of national security. Felicia Wilson Moore, News 4.
Sport news is next. Stay with us. Welcome back. The group stage of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board's T20 Premiership competition came to an end on Wednesday with 6 matches contested nationwide. News 4 Sports was at the clash between Merry Boys and Comets, and here's Wayne Cunningham with the highlights.
Merry Boys went into their clash with Comets already assured of a place in the quarterfinals of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board's T20 Premiership competition, with a perfect record heading into this match at Pier Road in Charleville. Comets took first knock and got off nicely with a second ball 4. But the next ball, they lost their first wicket. It was difficult for the home team to get going as the Merry Boys' bowling was tight. Ricky Jaipal was their main tormentor with figures of 2 for 13. Only Stephen Katwaru with 27 and Vishal Singh, 22, made any scores of note as Comets could only manage a modest 109 for 6 in their allotted 20 overs. Despite losing 5 wickets, the Diego Martin team was never in trouble during the run chase. Imran Khan was the best bowler for Comets, taking 2 for 21. But that was not enough. Jatendra Sukhdeo smacked 51 to lead Merry Boys to what turned out to be an easy win. He got some help from Mario Belcon with 27, as Merry Boys topped Group A to romp into the quarterfinals with a perfect 5 wins from 5 games recorded. Also winning on Wednesday was Power Gen, who defeated Clark Road by 5 wickets to capture top spot in Group B and snatch the top seeding for the quarterfinals. The Group A qualifiers are Merry Boys, Queen's Park, Monroe Road, and Mosai Sports. And from Group B, we have Power Gen, Caltrack Club, Tableland, and Clark Road. The Premiership T20 quarterfinal bowls off on May 20th. Wayne Cunningham, News 4 Sports.
More news when we return. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. As we bid you farewell, we want to leave you with some reflective moments from today's State Ecumenical Service held in commemoration of the late Arthur Napoleon Raymond Robinson.
He shall cover me under his feathers, and under his wings shall I trust. His truth shall be my shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flieth by day, nor of the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor of the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways.
Then shall the righteous shine forth in the heavenly Father's realm, as the sun Father's realm. Joy on the head shall be forever long.
And that's how we wrap up this edition of our News 4 Report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited and the Ministry of Communications. Remember, you can view a repeat of our newscast weekdays at 6 a.m. and feel free to visit our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/OurTV4. I'm Joseph Lopez. Thank you for watching.